Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you one of the most epic decks that you can use for free in the ranked matches. It's the Eldlich deck. Shout out to my Captain Sherboy who guided me out in this deck, and it's a very controlling one. You're gonna control your enemies that they're gonna hate the lives. Without any further ado, let's just get to it. I know you don't want to hear that shit. So Eldlich the Golden Lord is gonna be the main mob or monster that you're gonna use in this deck. You can use two of them honestly, but I like the safe side of the game, so I use three of them just in case if I play any versus any of those banished decks. I don't want to lose the game, so I just keep fighting and I just keep three of them. But you can use two in case if you're on a budget or you don't have much of the ultra rays gems, or you don't want to spend much money or gems. You can just use two of them. Part of extra vengeance, or whatever the name, this card allows you to draw two cards, banish 6 or 3 of the extra deck. Basically you're not going to use your extra deck as much, so it doesn't really matter. It's a very good card in case if you get a bad start or if you want to get cards bad. This is a very awesome one that you need 3 of those cards. Moving on to the next one, Elixir of the Black Awakening. Basically this card and these 3 cards have the same effect, but this card can only summon Eldlich the Golden Lord in defense position, which is, well, it's good, but like, it's not perfect, so only use one of those cards. I'm going to explain everything regarding how to make the combos about this deck, but let me explain the cards first. So, Torrential Tribute, I don't have to say much, just boom, activate, boom, all cards on the field are gone. Same for the Needle Ceiling, but there must be 4 monsters at least on the board, whether it's yours or your enemies. There must be 4 monsters in total, so you can activate this card and destroy all the monsters on the field. Heavy Storm Duster. It targets 2 spell trap cards on the field and destroy them. It's very good against the control decks like yours, or the annoying spells that you want to get rid of. Trap Trick. Trap Trick is your card, my boy. This one will save you a lot. Basically, you can banish any of the traps that you have. Not all of them, basically. You cannot, but the ones that you use for your combos, like Conquistador or the Higuain card, or Aguero, I don't know. You can banish one of them and sit one on the field that you can use at the same turn. But be careful, because once you use Trap Trick, you can only activate 1 trap card after that. So try to use it at the end of your turn or the opponent's turn. Just don't use it in the beginning, get stuck that you can't use any of the other traps. But this is a must-have. Elixir of the Scarlet Sanguine. This is going to be the main trap, because this trap is going to let you summon one of the Eldlich Golden Lord, and once it's sent to the deck, you can banish it and summon or set one of the other traps, Aguero or Conquistador or the Golden Land Forever. Basically, this is your main combo, 3 traps over here: Scarlet, Conquistador, and Aguero. These traps are going to be in rotation. One is destroyed, is going to summon this one. So basically those 2 traps, if they're destroyed, they're going to summon this one. If this one is destroyed, they're going to summon one of those 2. You're going to pick the trap based on what you want. So if you have Eldlich the Golden Dragon, on the Golden Lord, I'm sorry, on the field, you can use one of the effects of those traps. So if you summon this card, you can activate the effect that to destroy an face-up card on the field. So if you have Golden Lord, activate this trap, it's going to summon this monster, and you can destroy one of the face-up cards on the field. And if you activate this card and summon this monster, you can banish one of the opponent's cards in the graveyard. This is perfect to do the combo to keep the enemy under control. So I'm going to talk more about the combos later, so let's talk about Dogmatic Punishment. This card lets you basically just sacrifice one of your extra deck that has the same or more damage than your opponent's monster, and you can destroy both and send them to the graveyard. You need 3 of those. And Ice Dragon's Prison. I would recommend using 3 of those, but I'm currently using 2 because you know. Oh wait, I actually have the super rare, but I'm not gonna use it right now because I'm already at 45. So I'm gonna stay with 2. But so this trap, basically you can use it in many plays. You can just summon your opponent's monsters from the graveyard and take control of it if it has a lot of damage. Or, so what this trap does, you can special summon it to your field from his graveyard, and if it's the same type as your opponent monsters, you can banish both of them. So you don't only destroy it, but you get to banish both of the opponent cards. This card is epic. You need it in the deck. Next is Solomon Judgment, which is basically you can negate the activation of a spell or trap card or a summon, but you have to pay half of your life points, which is it doesn't matter your life points, honestly, because you're going to control your opponent all the time. He's not going to be able to attack you, so it's fine. Don't be hesitant to use this card. It's very awesome. Solomon Strike basically is the same, but it's only for the monster effects or the summon special summons. You can pay 1,500 life points and negate the activation. Very good. So Golden Land Forever is very good, but basically it's optional. You don't really need it, but like it's a very like extra trap. When I said if you lose this one, you can summon this one. You can also summon this one as well, or set this one. This trap, you're gonna if you get any activation of a monster effect or a spell or trap card, you can basically discard or sacrifice one of your zombie monsters and negate the activation. But you must have Eldlich, the Golden Lord, on the field, which you will not always have it. That's why I said this is optional, because it's not going to be suitable for you most of the times unless you're actually controlling your opponent and you're actually winning. So it's not very good, it's not very bad, but it's a good card. You can use it if you know how to control your enemy very well. Imperial Order, very good to get all the spell effects, but you have to pay 700 life points each turn. And this is risky because sometimes you're going to summon it and you're not going to be able to get rid of it, and you're going to lose a lot of life points unnecessarily. And you can use Eldlich, the Golden Lord. I will show you how to get rid of that card when you don't need it later on. Rivalry of the Warlords. They can only use one type of monsters, so they have to get rid of everything else that's not the same type that they choose. And this is very good to counter a lot of decks. Skill Drain. My man, this is your man here. Check this out. This guy is your dude. This is your man. He will negate all the effects of the monsters as long as it's face up on the field, and you can activate it by only paying 1,000 life points. Cheap. You're gonna need this card. This is gonna win you basically 90% of your matches. Goes in matches the same like Rivalry, but it's not about it's about the attribute, not the type of the monster. So it's the same. He can only control one attribute. He cannot summon or use any other monsters other than the attribute that he chooses. Haguero, like I mentioned, it's gonna summon a zombie monster that you can use to summon this trap, and it's a 1,800 attack. This one is a 1,800 defense, and so on. Let's move on to the extra deck. Extra deck is you're gonna use a random extra deck. There are only few cards that you actually need. You just need monsters that have a lot of attack, because for the Dogmatica to work, you need the same attack or higher attack to destroy that monster. So you just need a lot of high monsters attack, like Barbaroid or any kind of card. Just filter it by the attack and get the extra cards that has the biggest attack in your deck to be able to use Dogmatica. What you need here is Super Dreadnought Great Cannon, because you can just tribute to Eldlich Golden Lords to summon this one, then use its activation or effect to send one of the Golden Lords to the graveyard and do 2,000 damage to your opponents. Then use the effect of Golden Lord to be resummoned and have 3,500 attack without being affected with any effects that can destroy it. He cannot be destroyed by effects, and he will have 1,000 more attack. So you send one trap card from the field to the graveyard and summon one Golden Lord. That's the effect of it when it's in the graveyard. Okay, so that's the Dreadnought Great Cannon. You need the Link Spider. Some enemies are smart. They will not destroy your monsters unless they have a good counter to it. So if they're not attacking you, you're stuck. You don't have that Scarlet, so you're gonna be stuck forever. So you use one of the Link Spiders to just get rid of one of your traps to keep the rotation going. Nightmare Phoenix, it's a very good to support with the heavy storm dusters, and maybe use the combo that you want, maybe use it, then use the effect, discard one of your trap cards to send it to the graveyard to keep the rotation going and also destroy one of their backfields. Vampire Sucker is very good. It's not perfect, but like you can tribute 2 of your zombie masters that you don't really want. You can get the traps going, and as well, every time you special summon a zombie monster on that turn, you're gonna get to draw one card. So Vampire Sucker, Nightmare Phoenix, Link Spider, Super Dreadnought Ray Cannon, and any other cards that has the highest attack in your extra deck. You don't have to craft any or buy any, like you just use anything that has higher than 3,000 attack or 4,000 if you have any. So that's basically the cards. Let's talk about the combo. The combo is you can use the effect of Golden Lord, which is you can discard it and one card from your hand and send it to the graveyard and destroy any card on the field. Send it to the graveyard. So you can use this effect, send one Golden Lord and one trap card in your hand to get the rotation going, and then destroy one card on the field. Whatever it is going to go to the graveyard. Then you can resummon the Golden Lord by tributing one of your trap cards on the field or the spell cards, and then it's going to be summoned with one more 1,000 attack, and it's not going to be affected by any effect that will destroy it, which is very strong. You can set the traps. If this card is destroyed, you can summon one of those, Higueno or Questador. Then if the Questador is destroyed, you can summon or set one of the Scarlet or the Black Awakening. So this is the combo basically with all the other traps to keep your enemies under control. This is basically the deck. Now I'm just going to show you a lot of gameplays. Let's go.
Two thousand years later.
Stop it. Get some help. 何？お前はもう死んでいる。
Do it! Just do it!
The product of what happens when you post something cursed as fuck! Call me Delito! Delete this shit! Now!